Hey, I'm Tassinix, and welcome to another Plotting and Scheming Extra. I'm here with the rest of the crew to do the character kit review on SM-33, the swashbuckling droid. From, what the hell's the name of that show? Skeleton Crew. Yeah. All right.
Does it really matter.com?
I'm a little disappointed that there's no little space mouse in his eye, and none of his abilities have a little space mouse.
The space mouse would have been cool as shit.
Fun fact, Space Mouse has a name. Snowball. That's the name of the relic.
That's his relic.
Yeah. So,
is it?
The more you know. But yes, I am joined here by Dagger. Say hi, Dagger.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
TJ.
I agree with Dagger. Somebody should be throwing mice. Snowball should be fucking somebody up.
I do see it. Oh, he's so adorable.
Sasha Aisha.
Hi, Dagger.
And Fatal.
Hello.
Hey. All right, guys, let's dig in. So, as of now, this character's actually been in the game for a few weeks. Originally, the intent was to cover this just as the character was going to become available in game, but then a whole bunch of really fun real-life stuff happened that ended up delaying this for weeks. So, at long last, here we are. So, unit name, SM-33, aka SME. Alignment, Dark Side. Categories, Attacker, Droid, Pirate, and Scoundrel. Key attributes. Introduces the pirate faction to Galaxy of Heroes. Okay, so I guess he was technically the first of the Lifter for the upcoming powerful unit. Definitely not Galactic Legend. Doesn't like his pirate leader being attacked and will punish you. I believe that. Strategy tips. Use forearm bucklers early so SM-33 begins to generate heat sooner. SM-33's abilities gain additional effects when targeting the first enemy that damaged his pirate leader. And SM-33 works best with a pirate leader that can withstand some attacks. That way he can maximize his unique ability, First Mate of the Onyx Cinder. All right, let's get down to... How many uniques does man have? One, just the one. All right, First Mate of the Onyx Cinder, Zeta plus Omicron. Final text. SM-33 gains 10% max health and offense for each other scoundrel ally, doubled if they're also a pirate. At the start of each encounter, SM-33 gains defense up for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Whenever an enemy targets the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding SM-33, SM-33 gains 15% turn meter and 10% critical damage stacking for 1 turn. While SM-33 has defense up, he can't be instantly defeated, and he receives 30% less damage when targeted by an enemy. And would you believe this guy does give himself, defense up. All right. After using forearm bucklers, SM-33 gains 2 stacks of heat, stacking maximum of 40 at the start of his turn and when receiving damage for the rest of the encounter, or until defeated, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. The first time SM-33 is damaged in battle, he gains a bonus turn and the cooldown of forearm bucklers is reset. And then it's TW. Yeah. Okay, he's a heat stacker. Don't have too many of these in the game, but here's another one. Yeah, the instant defeat immunity when he has defense up is really important to remember. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the other problem with this kid is that he seems very clearly designed to go with Hondo, so it's going to be hard to kind of evaluate him. Like, this geek is nuts, don't get me wrong.
I don't know, man. Using him in games so far, because we're there, he is super slappy. I really like if he touches you, people will fade away to dust.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because this when we get to that special, there's a lot to be said because I wonder what you guys think about right turn order.
Yeah, no argument about his kit in of itself. I'm talking about when we're evaluating him as part of the team. It's hard to evaluate him as part of his team, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we don't have any. We have neither full composition of pirates yet. So yeah, definitely early days for feeling his place. But yeah, to TJ's point, for those of us who have gotten to play around with him a little bit, man hurts. Let's get into the next ability, though. His basic Rattling Uppercut has a Zeta on it. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and stagger them for 2 turns. If the allied leader is pirate, The target enemy can't gain bonus protection for 3 turns, and SM-33 gains defense penetration up for 2 turns. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damaged the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding SM-33, remove 100% turn meter, inflict ability block, and daze them for 2 turns. So, incredible basic if you're being mindful of that synergy, looking out for the leader. So you have to pay attention who hit the leader last. Kind of interesting. Or does it? I wonder if it. I don't know. I think in the couple times I've really used this team on offense, or this guy at least, I don't recall seeing him put out some type of mark for you to help keep track of that. So I think that's something you actually have to look for. Special 1, Limb from Limb. Cooldown of 3, Omicron. Final text, deal physical damage 6 times to target enemy. Really got that Dark Trooper vibe to it. This attack has plus 1000% health steal and deals 20% more damage for each 20% health SM-33 is missing. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damaged the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding SM-33, SM-33 deals 50% more damage and gains tenacity up for 2 turns. And then it's a TW. All right, so it doesn't sound like it's absolutely ripping somebody's forehead clean off, but that has been the experience. This is Dark Trooper Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Only issue is it's on a cooldown instead of a basic.
It's the highest damaging move in the game.
It's the highest damage move in the game?
It has to be. I don't know how, man.
He also just has kind of nutter base stats too. We won't talk about that during this kit, but like his base stats are pretty stacked.
He hurts.
Yeah. His stats are stacked, and then it does damage like 6 or 7 times, and each time is like the equivalent to a normal character basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit's like 200k damage, like easily. I mean, it will be more at times, depending on everything, all things considered. But the normal range for this attack is going to be probably somewhere between like 180 and 210k.
Yeah,
like instant deletion for your support or your squishy attacker.
Yeah, in practical terms, I don't know how much benefit you'll get out of the stacking heat and the increased damage when you have lower health. But what do you guys think about opening up with that as the first move, as opposed to following the stated guidance from CG, trying to get your forearm bucklers out there ASAP? What do you guys think about that?
Do you want to kill a character, or do you want to make some dots on later turns?
That was my thought.
Yeah.
This is one of those characters. This is one of those characters that to me feels sort of like Bane or Malicos or Starkiller in a way where when he's new, you're just gonna mash this button every time it's off cooldown without thinking. Like you're just gonna be like, all right, punch, right? I think as his kit ages and as the other kits improve or get built around not dying to this guy, basically, I think you're gonna start seeing him being used in more of you might see him get used in more of a utility attacker role where you might start with his forearm bucklers, but nah. I don't see a current world where you don't just mash this unless something changes with like the way heat works or his third ability synergizes with his team, right? Just as it is right now, I just don't see a world where you don't just mash this button every time it's off cool.
The other button's a dispel, so it's just, can I kill the guy I want to kill? If yes, push punch. If no, push dispel.
That's fair.
All right. Well, let's get into that second special so we can have that contrast. But yeah, I agree. I can think of very few circumstances where I'd like to not open up with a big hit. All right, special 2, forearm bucklers. Cooldown of 3, Zeta plus Omicron. Again, it'll be TW Omicron, but final text, dispel all buffs and deal physical damage to target enemy. Inflict buff immunity and burning on target enemy for 2 turns, and SM-33 recovers 50% health and protection. Gains defense up for 2 turns, 3 stacks of heat until the end of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and 25% bonus protection for 2 turns. At 5+ stacks of heat, inflict 5 stacks of damage over time on target enemy for 1 turn, and inflict burning on target. Inflict 5 stacks of damage over time on target enemy for 1 turn, and instead inflict burning on target enemy for 3 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. At 10 plus stacks of heat, SM-33's damage over time can't be avoided. Yeah, okay. So it is contributing to heat, and I'm assuming there's no reason you don't go from heat to overheat. So in a long fight, the damage gain would be severe. But yeah, so far, like using this guy with Afra, or I don't know how else you guys have been using him, but monstrous. So
His
I think
AI
that's the whole kit, right? Yeah, we're back at the beginning. So what do you guys think?
The one time I fought this, he led with this ability, which I think is going to. I don't know. I feel like there's something left on the table, AI wise. But we say that about every new, like, it feels like, or every new character. But it feels like his AI is leaving something on the table.
So you have
yeah,
seen how his AI behaves?
yeah, I fought him under an Afra team, and he used the Dispel first.
Okay, he does go with the forearm bucklers first. Ah,
Yeah, because I used Saw, and he used that ability because he got a bonus turn,
okay.
and he died.
Good to know.
But yeah, I think Fatal nailed it, where it's like, if delete, hit delete. If no delete, dispel so you can delete. Right?
Yeah. When I saw
We don't need
this kit, I was like, this doesn't seem very good. And then he came out on Ishuri.gg, and I looked at the ratio. I was like, dear Christ, like, okay, that makes sense then.
Right.
Yeah,
And
he is fucking fucked.
also, if he does do the dispel, he gives himself defense up, and you can't annihilate him then. So he doesn't go away just that post haste. So it also could be that the tie-in for that is we don't just get to get rid of him. So his next move is going to be that big punch.
Yep. Yeah, I mean he's pretty straightforward, folks. He's just here to smack folks and set up to smack folks. As far as
there's an awful lot of words here to say. I'm going to kick the shit out of the other team.
It's fair.
And then there's the mechanic that mostly looks like it's for TW, the heat thing. That looks more. I just read as Omicron. Not that we're going to talk about it here. I'm just saying, like, that seems. Anyways. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, having seen him
Oh,
in a
please.
couple of different contexts, I will say just in GAC, having seen him under Afra, and then now having seen him under an Ethano lead with Pirates, like just my first impression under the Afra squad was, yeah, just as we're saying, he hits like a truck, but that he hasn't found his permanent home. There's a lot TBD about those pirate squads in general, but he was at such an elevated threat for me when I was opposing him that he was my primary target. I was a little
Same.
anxious about getting one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's impacting the board right out of the gate, and I also just love the fact that his relic is the little critter that lives in his eye. That snowball. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
props to CG for that.
Kit, but that's awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm glad that they have that there as at least an homage. Because that was part of the charm of that character in the show, is the little mouse running in and out of his eye.
Sure. Yeah. But I wanted to see what you guys think about modding for this character. So really, I've seen only 2 ways so far: offense or a crit damage set with a 2-piece of crit chance is what I'm most often seeing. This guy does, I think, I recall, need quite a bit of help to have crit chance up over 80%. So, ideally, this would be even closer to 90. Something I'll be looking at. But here, I took him all the way up to Relic 9. I want to say this is a health cross with good offense on it. That's what I was trying to stretch for. Got the circle as health, speed arrow, crit damage triangle, and that all ends up being something like 11.5k offense. In a really top end offense set, this would be up over 12k.
I don't know where you're talking at. I constantly all 3 rounds, the guys I was facing had 13k pluses on their SMEs, and they were still
dig that
averaging out 140 secondary. So like the numbers felt close to, I guess, if you're trying to do BT1 with the setup, because obviously they're trying to push that. Yeah, they were 13k easy with crit damage triangle still. Like the numbers were nice.
Well, that's a really good set if that's the case on a crit damage set.
Well, how
for
much
this
speed
character.
though? How much speed? Like if you're at that much offense,
140 secondary still. They were still really close to where BT was at.
Yeah,
as
so
far
that'd
as
be
what the
like
numbers were.
285 then. Mine's 275. Definitely a little
Yeah.
faster. I'd like to see, but it hasn't been mission critical.
But remember,
Did
he's
you say you're on a potency cross?
No, it's actually a health cross. But that was, this is my initial setup for kitting him.
the only other thing I want to call it, which makes it nice, is in his real home. There's talking about other. There's TM in his kit, so at least even then, we get the numbers up. He'll be getting secondary TM regardless of the help. So,
but Fatal did just mention a potency cross, and there are some debuffs in his kit that can be resisted. So
No. I don't give a fuck about his potency. I thought I heard you say potency cross, so when everyone was like, "Your offense seems low," I was gonna be like, "Yeah, it's a potency cross."
Yeah, no, this is it's a health, but this could be a little bit better.
I don't feel like you need to bulk this guy out. I don't think this guy needs the help. I don't.
He's got the health on his unique, and like.
Well, what I mean is,
there's a nice synergy there,
and the defense up. Where I feel like he's not the kind of guy who you need the health cross with the offense.
I was gonna say, Tass. I think I did him in the CD, right? I saw Aesop's and I went the CD set, and I was still well into the tens.
Okay.
Just on a CD setup. So it's like the numbers did feel like that, but like I said, the 13 felt right for what I was seeing, especially with the secondary still being at the 140 mark. That felt really good, like a good synergy if you're gonna go that way.
What do you guys?
So I did something a little different, in that it was actually kind of stemming from what I'd mentioned before about like I viewed him as an elevated priority, and particularly with an Afro dynamic where dark side droids, the Africron that's just dusting as we speak, required that all dark side droids be dead before you could target her. And since I was using him there at least initially, I went offense, but with 2 defense and a ton of defense secondaries on it, and got him up to 74.2% physical defense, mitigation of physical damage, because I wanted him to last, because I just kind of figured he would be a priority target. I'm not saying that's the right call, but that was just a slightly different angle that I took.
Okay. I can appreciate that. What about the rest of the room? About
Fatal had something he was going to say.
Crit damage in the general case. I like Sasha's explanation.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's Dagger is for sure saying like you don't need the health primaries, but I'm saying if this team is ever going on defense, you're probably going to want the health primaries. Like if you're running an offense primary, that basically just tells me that you're in the market for flat offense secondaries, and like that's usually just on the arrow and cross slot, and like that's a 400 offense difference, which this character will use well, but like we've already kind of agreed that this guy is like pretty important, both to keep alive and to probably kill if he's going to be on defense. So you've got a unique that boosts his health and offense. Why would you not lead into health and offense, or possibly protection, depending on the?
I would say.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, how fast is he going to die when he has defense up?
But I would also, I guess, what what Fatal is saying too. I kind of like one of the protection up pieces of it, and then also there's percentages in the health where it talks about that adding to the damage. Unless I'm missing something, so I could understand Fatal's standpoint of saying you want the durability, because he definitely feels like I'm trying to get rid of Smeen and then deal with the team, because if he's left, people go away.
I'm just saying he's getting basically 100% max health and defense up at the beginning of the fight. Like I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what's really realistically going to like. How realistic is he to get bursted down?
Well, especially if his AI behaviors to put up the bucklers first as well.
Yeah.
So, underscoring you there.
Saying. Yeah. So yeah. So if you, for example, if you put like these are just like, again my initial thoughts. But like Sasha said, if you put either a health set or a defense set on him, like you're gonna pretty easily get up to like 85k health on him. And double that's 170k health with defense up. Like, I just feel like that's not squishy. Like maybe I'm just wrong when I think that, but
it's a lot less bulk than I usually work with these days. Is what I'll say. I don't know.
Okay.
Like
that's fair. I don't know.
I mean,
I
again,
would
like if you have done your mod homework and you've worked on good health and protection primaries with high percent offense secondaries, we are talking a difference of like 500 offense for effectively almost doubling your durability.
I was gonna say
Like-
the other piece we don't have though, Fatal, just to call out, is we don't have obviously where his home is going to be and what that lead is going to do for Pirate Scoundrels. It could do something where it
Well, sure,
intensifies it
yeah.
tenfold.
We're talking about, given what we know
Right.
now, all this definitely
Yeah.
subject to review when we have a full team kit. But
I do like
hmm?
the defense small set a lot. I feel like, and to Fatal's point about the bulk primaries, I also feel like if you've been doing your due diligence, you have more than enough 5 to 7% crit chance secondaries on your offense mods to where you can get him up to like 85-ish% crit chance with a defense set.
Mhm.
Because I was just doing some tinkering just now, and yeah, to what Sasha said, in a defense set, he's at 91% crit chance in an offense defense set, with a health cross and a health arrow.
I like that. What's the speed you're thinking you need to be not below?
I have him at 275 right now, but
Mhm.
I don't know what I would say the floor is.
My
I don't know,
feeling
my
was
goal-
something like not slower than 270. That's just a gut right now.
Yeah, my go-to for attackers, if they're just like punchy McPunchface, like Dark Trooper or Malicos, for example, 250. 250 is the very floor.
Mm.
If you can get higher than that, you want to be higher than that.
Mhm.
But it really just depends on the quality of your mods. Not everyone's going to be able to do all the things with all the things, you know.
Fair.
Keep in mind that isn't Prophet CCCD for crit damage?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any profit mechanics, and again, we don't know what Hondo's going to have. We don't know if Hondo's going to have profit mechanics.
But the team will have profit.
We know
the team
profit,
will have profit.
Hondo is going to have profit. It's just a question of how much they
Yeah,
start with.
that's going to be
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about him right now.
Yeah, so
Yeah, like, if you're
I'm
using
saying
him in
right
Afro,
now
sure.
we know that. I'm with Fatal on this one. We know that we don't know what Hondo's kit's going
He's
to
saying
be.
he's saying for building with Afro, if I'm understanding
Oh,
him.
I see.
Are you using with Hondo right now?
No.
Okay, who are you using him?
He goes. He's saying with Afro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
that's
Afro.
what Fatal's
Yeah,
right.
with
Yeah, you're doing it with that. Yeah, or you're doing it with Thano. That's
Sure,
where
yeah,
that. He's
sure.
with the Thano or he's with Afro.
That's all I was saying. Yeah.
That's fair. All right, so yeah, I'll make an effort to see what I've got here, health arrow wise. Try and increase the speed of a couple of these. I'll stretch to get up over 85% crit chance. I'll check out my defense mods, but my guess is that's going to be a pretty demanding pull to make all that happen for me. So I might be having a rock crit chance 2-piece.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live in the world where we get to move the arrow away to a health or an offense or whatever it's gonna be to just make those numbers even higher once we get Pirate King out, just to see what it's gonna look like.
I see
Yeah,
that.
also keep in mind, I have one of those accounts that does not have defense mods and does not really have bulk primaries. So if I can do it, I believe in most of you.
Yeah.
Especially on this show, I believe in all of you.
It's just a matter of effort over time. I keep on hearing people just saying like, "Well, I don't have that," and then they just go back to farming like 20 speeds, and I'm like, "Brother,
Yeah. Yeah. They'll never just fall in your lap.
There's been a correction over the last year, and the first correction was with my mods was I needed to be able to have potency and tenacity mods to actually equip the characters. So now we're just starting to farm the bulk primaries because I was very, very far behind in the non-speed race.
A couple of months ago, my guild had a like 72 armor target on a character, and I saw so many messages of like, "Well, I don't have mods for that. I can't do that." And meanwhile, I slammed that character up to like 77 armor effortlessly, and it's just like, in my heart of hearts, I think Hotbot is partly to blame because it feels like people see the tracker and they see the speed tracker, and then it took forever for us to even get Hot Details to show the percent offense tracker, and now I see more people farming percent offense. And it's like,
it's literally just the bot score slaves. Yeah, there's a lot of those. They just, I shouldn't say slaves. Bot score. They're
Yeah.
They
They're
the bot score. They just want to see it go up. That's all they really try to do.
Yeah, if you just wanted to see where your counts are relative to someone else, fine. But actually wanting to build up and flex mod score, I don't think is useful. So yeah. All right.
Some of
Well,
the
thank you guys.
mounts-
Any other notes here on SM-33? No.
If you don't have his mods, you have time to farm him. Hondo doesn't come out for like another.
Yes, you certainly have time. Fatal, by the way, before we close out, what do you say for preference between offense and crit damage set?
I mean, that's usually just matchup contextual. Like the dude just has so much. Like I'm pretty sure for Afra, I have him on crit damage just because anywhere where I'm using Afra, he shall crit.
Fair.
You know, subject to change in the future if you know that you're going to be using him in places where he can't crit.
Mhm.
If you're one of those people who doesn't like to remod for the raid, probably just put him on offense set unless the team is just so OP that it doesn't matter that you don't crit against the LV lead stuff.
Fair. Yeah, I'm able to get max raid without this last pirate team, so I'll do whatever. Just focused on Grand Arena. All right, well, thank you for that, Fatal. And thank you, gentlemen, for your inputs on this. Appreciate everybody for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Hit subscribe to the channel to see more. And until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.